and I didn't really notice you going through most of World 2. Like, it's just that easy.
Mm.
But it has the potential to be hard. The final secret world is probably the hardest in 3D Mario games. If you don't, like... Some people could think that some of those floodless platforming sections in the Sunshine were harder than that. But,
I didn't really have that much of a hard time with them.
well, like, there are secret ones, though. There's ones that are just made to piss you off in that game.
I've never once played a game. This is one of the few games in my entire life, God hand, where like it demands complete mastery and perfection of the battle system. Like literally an hour into it. Like if you can't do it, you're done. Like you hit this boss fight where there's two bosses fighting at the same time, and if you don't know what you're doing perfectly, you're just gonna not be able to do it. Like I hit that wall with God hand. Like it was like a easy. Okay, I don't know why people are saying this is so hard. And then I got to that, like the second boss, and I was stuck on it for days and days.
Yeah,
and I
same here.
Force myself to get through it. And then I figured out, like, yeah, this is kind of what I have to do to win. And then I coasted through the rest of the game to like the last like 3 bosses, which were just absolute bullshit. And then the last boss, which was hard, but not as hard as it could have been.
Yeah.
It was just more cool than hard, the last boss.
A little Luigi there.
Yep.
Wow, you really haven't been playing anyone but Toad.
Yeah, I know. Toad's the best. Why would I even play anyone else? It's perfect.
Well, I guess he has the most micro and the least input latency and the most
Head.
head, yeah. He has the most priority.
Head priority.
He probably has the biggest brain.
Head brain.
Looking at that cranium of his, which isn't a hat.
Do you think that like Mario and Luigi sometimes will take Toad if like they're getting hungry, just like slice a little bit off his head mushroom thing and fry it up?
He'll grow back.
Yeah, it should.
He's
right?
a fungus. He's just like solid all the way through.
I know.
I'm sure you can just take off his leg and you'll be like...
Does he need to stay in darkness to grow like a real mushroom?
Yeah. That's why he's so short.
Yeah.
And, like, he's only in those underground levels 50% of the time.
How much of him do you think Mario and Luigi ate? How much do you think you could eat of him before he was dead? Is there a core? Is there like a stem inside that you can't eat?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like you can eat down to that stem and then you gotta put that back in the soil to grow? Or you'll kill him?
It might be his body.
I don't know.
Like, his body has all his, like, the equivalent of organs of a mushroom. And, it's really quite amazing that a mushroom has been able to evolve to the point that it has, like, it came up with a method of moving its body that's separate to the traditional muscles of a animal. Like, it evolved separately from the other creatures of Earth. It's kind of like an alien.
Well, this isn't Earth. This is the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh, yeah. Well, it could exist in Earth. Like, it could be a kingdom of Earth where everything is just completely trippy and horrible.
Like, I've wondered for a while, like,
Oh, you screwed up. You screwed up! Go back!
Nope.
Whatever. Go the long way.
This is called the Mushroom Kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've wondered for a while, is Toad, like, or Toads, the true citizens of the kingdom?
Yes.
So...
I think that's kind of clear, because there are more toads than there are humans.
So, is Earth like human kingdom?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's a human kingdom that Mario and Luigi and Peach came from.
Oh.
And just like there's a Sprixie Kingdom.
I don't think I would want like a mushroom being my king.
There's a Bean Kingdom too.
Yeah.
It's like bean guys, fairy people.
Why did they like import like people from another kingdom to be their leaders instead of getting mushroom leaders?
I don't know.
Can't figure that out.
Her name is Princess Toadstool though. And she is a princess even though there's no king. Which is another thing that is flawed and non-canon.
So weird.
Yeah.
Well, there was a king in Super Mario Bros. 3, but he kept getting turned into shit.
Yeah, the king was useless.
Maybe that's why they fired him.
Oh yeah, maybe.
You fire a king, just impeach him, maybe. You keep getting turned
Wait
into
a minute.
shit.
Maybe he was turned into a peach. And that's how, maybe he was impeached to become his own princess. Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
And also arousing.
The king is his own princess. Wow.
Oh!
What the hell?
Oh, Bowser, it's all your fault.
That's another one of Bowser's dirty tricks. That's another one of Bowser's dirty tricks right there, too.
Damage.
Yeah.
These, this military has created a weapon that will damage its enemies.
It won't kill them, it will take away some health.
Yeah. It'll drain their health.
Wow.
Gentlemen, it is with great honor that I announce to you that I've created a weapon that will damage the enemy.
For good. I've invented a weapon that will allow our soldiers to double jump.
I've always wanted that.
Wow. How does it work?
Double jump.
Well, just put these boots on. Get prepared to double
There you
jump.
go.
Jump. Now jump again. No, you're doing it wrong. Jump again.
Jump again in midair.
Stop trying to jump and jump. Jump again at the apex of your jump. I'm doing it. I did it. Yeah. We'll be as gods.
Oh. For ages, humans have strived to invent the double jump.
For ages, humans have strived to develop the ground pound. And the dive kick. For eons, man has scratched their heads at the baffling question, how do we cancel one move and do another? Now we finally figured it out. Just jump cancel. The enemy won't know what hit him.
I think, like, they're really pushing this catsuit. It's crazy. Like, all the bullet bills have tails now.
Well, every new Mario game, every new Nintendo game that's trying to be like a flagship title or a reimagining of an old IP has to have some stupid gimmick where it's just like, now it has this, and then the whole game's just about that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you got giant eggs in Yoshi's New Island.
Yeah,
shit like that.
It's really lame. I don't like that about new Mario games. It's just like what you can just stick something in there and it'll be like you do that already. You stick in powers without basing the entire game on it. But now it's gotta be like this is the Mario game with the cat suits. Let's remind you by putting a catsuit in this level again.
It's like, when I look, like, 20 years from now, we're looking back at the Mario games, I'll be like, Super Mario Bros. 1, yeah, that's the game with all the cool stuff in it. Super Mario Bros. 3, yeah, that's that game with all that cool stuff. And then Super Mario World, that's that game with Yoshi and all that other cool stuff. And then I'll be like, yeah, Super Mario 3D World, that's the game with the catsuit. That's it.
The catsuit.
The end. This is... And not to say there isn't other cool stuff in this, because there is.
Yeah.
But it's just they focus on it so squarely that it feels like that is the game. And they can't do that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, it's not as bad as it seems. It just, like, they kind of force it.
It's just sullying my memory of it.
Whoops!
It's ruining my future memory of the game. Yeah, you just make a pipe with that hammer there.
Yeah. Ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling.
But there's a bell in that hammer.
I don't think you know how to use a hammer. Maybe you shouldn't install bells in your hammers.
I want to build a hammer now with a little bell inside.
Yeah.
When you use it, that'd be great.
And like the instant you hit a nail with it, like the tip breaks because it's not solid all the way through.
Damn it! These hammers are hollow.
Oh my God! What
Who
is
bought
this?
this shit? Oh, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Is this the twist that they were hiding from us this whole time?
Is this the birth of an epic
Yeah,
stage?
this really surprised me the first time I saw it. It was like, the status quo is broken.
No!
What surprises could this have in store? And then it's a boss fight. It's another boss fight.
Do you realize what you did to the status quo?
Yeah.
It's gone now.
But still, this is kind of the game saying, guess what? We have actual boss fights in this game. We have 2 of them.
Wow.
The rest of them are Boom Boom and Bowser.
Well, Mario games have had a really bad track record with bosses because they just have this weird habit of making 2 cool ones and then forgetting about the bosses. Sometimes it's even as bad as having bosses at the beginning and then no more throughout the whole game. Like Super Mario 64. What the hell was up with that? There was 2 bosses right at the beginning and then they forgot about bosses. Oh,
I know.
Yeah, so no
Just
boss.
no more bosses.
It just felt like a mistake. Like it felt like there was originally going to be some bosses.
And those 2 bosses, like the Bob-omb guy, King Bob-omb, and the Wiggler,
Yeah.
and those guys, you know, they suck too.
Yeah.
They did nothing.
Like,
They just walk around and you jump on them.
I'm never gonna make like. Why would a company like ever make a platformer and be like, yeah, we'll put some bosses at the beginning and then never again?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sounds great.
Yeah.
That'll work.
See, what speedrunners do in this boss is they use the other controller to like put in a Luigi, and that's the Luigi they use to well, they just throw him on his head, and it's obviously an oversight. Like, it's very clear that was not intended, and it's
That's
like the biggest bug in this game.
That's what games need to be focusing on more: emergent gameplay. Like, I actually don't know how you're supposed to put it in the game knowingly, but very few games really get that down pat. Like, I don't think there's many developers that are telling the programmers to be lazy. Like, just kind of, it's got to be a good game, but if you're a little bit lazy everywhere, it'll be a lot more fun. And they're like, well, what the hell do you mean? Just put in emergent gameplay. How do you do that?
You know,
well,
that stuff.
Just kind of put in a metagame. How do I do that? You need like an IQ of like 500 to make a game with like... It's like making The Room so complexly awful that you had to be smart to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't really... How do you make a Metroid game nowadays? You almost can't. Like, it's too hard to do. There's too much meta breaking and meta game and undergame, underplay, weird, like, it's this kind of emergent game style that just comes out of nowhere. Like, that's gone, really. Because games have to be too polished now. Half the reason I played Ocarina of Time as much as I did was because it was a lot of elements were broken.
Yeah. Yeah, I the other day I was actually watching the AGDQ run of Zero Mission.
Yeah.
And they just, like, they made the point that it's extremely obvious that the developers wanted you to sequence break.
Yeah.
Like, they said, here's this secret path that they put in so you can skip this screw attack.
Yeah.
If you want to do that. And, like, that's the only way, the only point that, that's the,
What?
it's the only possible point for the path, too, because...
the only possible point for the path was to sequence break? Is that what you wanted to say?
Yes.
Okay. What?
Oh, that's
What did it do?
that's an actual bug. That's
That was a
something
bug. I was riding
yeah.
on a bug. See that bug? Look at this bug.
No, but that's like a.
It's a bug on a bug.
I've noticed that if you like pretty much if you ground pound on that thing's eyes, it'll pretty much always kill you.
Well, you're hurting it a little bit too much. That's not fair.
I guess so.
Shouldn't be doing that to him. He's giving you a free ride.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
It's just so like it looks like a little indicator, like the eyes.
Yeah.
It's a like just bounce here sort of thing.
Bounce on my eyes.
Oh, poo. You know, I mentioned the rolling jump, like at the beginning, and how it's kind of useless, even though it's hard to do. That it seems like they dropped the ball with that because they really should have found something to do with it. So that would have been another good opportunity for emergent gameplay.
This game is modern.
It's a little modern.
Can't have emergent gameplay.
I think the only thing that makes this game modern really is the difficulty. Like, it really values fun over challenge.
Like Kirby.
Like it almost exchanges fun for challenge, or challenge for fun, rather.
Like in Metroid Prime, you can get the space jump boots as the very first item you get. Like, man, just think about that.
Yeah.
You can triple the size of your jump in the first 10 seconds of the game if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Like, that completely changes the game.
That's right.
Completely different game if you do that. Like,
You gotta nail that shit if you're making a Metroid game. And you gotta make it subtle, too.
It's very hard to do. You can't tell people.
You can't just tell the person that,
Yeah, it's...
hey, you can break the whole game by wall jumping.
Yeah, and that concept is so contrary to where the industry has gone. You know? Games now, if they feel like they've wronged you, and a lot of times the players feel like they've been wronged, too.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't experience the whole game on one playthrough, it's like the games are, like, screaming at you to experience itself. Like, look at this, look at all this stuff you can do, look at all this, look. Mm-hmm. And then with the Metroid game, you have to do the exact opposite. It's like the antithesis of modern game, like, cinematography, we'll say.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like...
Gametography.
Yeah, it's like, they're just standing, like, Metroid's just there.
Oh, you buffed that up. You janked that.
I janked her.
God.
They're just standing around, like, trying to get you to not notice all this stuff. It's really weird. I don't know how you get anyone to develop it. Because if you do it wrong, it'll feel so stupid.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of games that feel really stupid that try to clone Metroid. And of course, they couldn't get it to work.
Man, like, that's another thing that Demon Souls and Dark Souls really nails. It's pretty much the only example. Like, it's the example everyone draws from, because it's, just pulls it off so perfectly. Like, it might not be as hard as old games, but it really nails that feeling.
It also nails the feeling of, whenever you fight a boss, you never get this idea. With, like, modern bosses, you always get this feeling that I need to figure out that one thing to do to beat it. But with the Souls games, it's like, it's
more like, how can I break this?
Yeah, and when you do eventually figure that out, you feel like you've accomplished so much because none of your friends did it. Because everyone eventually figures out their own way to break it. And it's just so much like the Nintendo hard platformers of yore, where you just had to force yourself to break the game in your own unique way to do it, and the game was not going to tell you how to do it. Like, I love it. It feels like you crafted your own adventure. Everybody that played the Souls games has their own completely unique story to tell. It's really role playing in such a emergent style, for lack of a better term. It's really, without having any real storytelling, really, in comparison with modern contemporary RPGs at the time, it's managed to have more of a role playing experience than anything I've ever played. You know, like I'm willing to bet I have a completely different idea about what my storyline was about and what I did than you did, because I had to figure out my own way to do it. Because the game is so difficult that no one method is going to help you.
Yeah, well, there are ways to just completely screw over one of the bosses, but different things work for different people, and that's another thing they got really they did really well.
Yeah, it plays the player instead of the other way around, like Uncharted or something.
Yeah. What was that? Oh yeah. They're like, when people are complaining about Bioshock Infinite, they always refer to this point where you're supposed to make a choice where you throw like a baseball at I forget what the other thing was, but anyway, you can throw it at this black person or something else, and rather than just like it's a first-person shooting game, but they didn't think to put the ball in your hands and make you throw it. They just give you two keys to push.
Oh, that's stupid.
Like, and people, like, everyone says that takes all, like, 100% of the impact out of that scene. Because you're not doing it anymore. It's like the game is just showing you this thing that your character is doing.
If that game was Half-Life, you would have to pick up the ball and throw it, and you'd never be told to throw the ball. You'd figure out by visual cues to throw the ball. You'd throw it by grabbing it and interacting with the physics of the world, throw it, and then the game would just procedurally respond to what you did, and you'd feel completely amazed by it.
Yeah.
But that's Bioshock Infinite, and it's reduced throwing a ball in order to make you feel some type of emotional connection, which it doesn't do, by giving you an option to pick two different things. Like, what were they thinking there? Are these the same people that made System Shock? Or are these even the same people that made Bioshock?
Like, if it was a world... yeah. Bioshock was okay, too. It's kind of weird. But, well, I guess Bioshock didn't force its story too much. Like, Bioshock Infinite really is... it's a lot more of a story-focused game. It's really pushes it, even though it's not a good story.
Didn't sound very good.
No, I
never played it, but...
Well, like, I don't know if playing it would make me have a completely different opinion about the plot, but I know the plot, and it's a little, well, I might even call it pretentious or something, but anyway, that's a different thing, and yeah, if it was a well-designed game, not only would they put that scene into the mechanics of the game, but they would give you a third or fourth option. Like, if you could turn around and, like, throw it at the crowd or something. Just to, like, affect some other thing down the road and maybe unlock a secret or something.
No, they wouldn't give you options. You'd do it without knowing that was an element that was going to affect something. You know what I mean? To further, like, drive home the role-playing element.
Yeah.
Like, a key...
In that kind of situation, I don't know, because they have a cutscene. Well, they would have to have a cutscene where someone hands you the ball.
I think with role-playing games, nowadays especially, where technology allows it, we should be focusing a little bit more on not telling you when you're role-playing. Like, I shouldn't be able to know what ending I'm gonna get. Like, I played a lot of RPGs where I booted up the game and I knew what ending I wanted to get, and I fought to get it, only realizing down the road that I really didn't get the right experience out of the game because I didn't roleplay. I played the game instead of roleplaying.
Yeah,
really,
like even with Bioshock 1. Well, actually, Bioshock 1 is still the worst example of separate endings I've ever seen in a video game. Like, it really... It wasn't a... like, saving or killing the little sisters wasn't an actual moral choice or anything, and it came up so much that it just doesn't feel like a story thing. It's more like a game mechanic thing.
mm-hmm.
Like, you can kill them, and you can get like the what was it called, Atom?
Mm-hmm.
You can get it then, and but you'll get less in the long run than if you save them. And like, I don't really see why taking that, like, something game mechanic-y like that and turning it into, like, making the story sort of focused around that is it's just the way they do it. It just doesn't work. Man, World 4. Halfway there.
And now I need 50, and I have 35, and I'm not doing any more.
Okay.
I'm not going to give this shit to you, because you better end it now.
No,
because my brain is ruined.
Whatever. Screw you. I'm going in here. I'm going to this nice looking level, and I'm going to experience the fun. Oh yeah, it's got ghost me's. These guys give you items sometimes, which is kind of weird. But yeah, it's fun to watch people do their own run through. But anyway, with these guys, plus the 4 playable characters, and the cherry power-up, you can have, like, just a swarm of people running around the screen, and there's no telling who's who.
So if we have 4 players playing this locally, can we have 4 ghosts too?
Well, you have 4 ghosts normally, or 3, but close enough. Anyway, yeah, and there's the cherry power up. It doesn't work on the ghosts though.
So what can you get, like 20 people?
I don't
At
know.
the same time.
I don't know. Like, okay, 4 and 3, that's 7. And then take that 4 and multiply it by like 5 or something. It's the maximum amount of cherry things you usually get in a, well, not usually, but I think that's the most I've had before, and that's a lot of freaking people.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's the math, and that's the video.
By it.
Yeah. There's no way to end this either, because this game has no plot or anything. Just stop playing when you stop playing. So that's that.
Okay.